It's a scripture that when I first heard it and read it, I just said, "Oh boy, that's cold-blooded." I couldn't wrap my mind around it. It didn't have any compassion in it. He that hath shall get, and he that hath not, even that he has, shall be taken away. Oh my God. You saying he that hath, the person who hath, they will get, and the person who don't have, even that little bit they have, shall be taken away? That doesn't seem right. But there's a question. He that hath what? Vision. People without vision perish. Ambition, drive, a willingness to work, stubbornness, perseverance, faith that roars so loudly it doesn't give you an opportunity to hear the doubts that you have within yourself. You have those qualities, you will get. You have those qualities, you restore everything you lost and more. You have those qualities, angels will make room for you. Come. Let's intervene here, because he won't quit. She won't stop. We've done everything and they won't stop. Come, we got to intervene now. And then let's go find a wimp, somebody who's stopped, somebody who's allowing themselves to be consumed by fear. They're weak. Yeah, because God has not given them a spirit of fear, but of power. They ain't got no power. They're consumed in fear. They can't even think straight. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of a sound mind. This place where you are, where I am, this place, we've been picked out to be picked on. This place, we are more than conquerors. This place is a testimony, no test, no testimony. This place, no guts, no glory. This place, faith not tested can't be trusted. This faith will find a way. Yeah. We need to know that. We need to saturate ourselves with words that will empower us right now. Our children are watching. Our children are not okay. There's an article, Google it. Our kids are not okay. The suicide rate among children, teenagers, and younger is soaring because they're watching us. See, how we live our lives, Jim Rohn said this, how we live our lives, it can be a warning or an example. Did you hear me? How we live our lives, our children are watching. It will be a warning or an example. A warning of what not to do, or an example of what to do when tragedy and interruptions and crises show up. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. This is our time to stand. This is our time to be actively engaged in this thing called life. Our children are watching us. There are generations yet unborn that are depending on us. There are people who gave their lives, like a John Lewis said, create some good trouble. It's our time. It's our time. You have something special. God is on your side. If God is for you, who can be against you? You got a winning team. I'm looking for, and I'm on a mission for people who can hear me. If at some point in time when you're a little kid or a grown person, you're going through some stuff and you heard my voice. And the reason you heard it, because what's in me is also in you. And the reason you responded and came out of the darkness into the light, because there's a calling on you to do the same thing. You and I are cut from the same cloth. You're branches of the same tree. If my message and my method and my approach resonates with you, I'm not talking about my hairstyle. My kid didn't play hairstyle and I'm kid, no. I'm talking about my message. And you have a message in you. You have a story in you. You like to help people, the millions of people who need to hear a multitude of voices. I want you to put voice in the comment section. Put voice in the comment section. And allow us to introduce you to the Power Voice system that teaches you how to tell your story, that teach you how to create an experience with your voice and your story, to transform people individually and collectively. Allow me to mentor, to coach you, to bring out the greatness in yourself and to bring out the greatness in others. If that's your calling, I love to tell you, and I will always remind you, a job is what you get paid for. A calling is what you're made for. If it's your calling, put voice in the comment section. If you can hear me in your heart, I'm not challenging your ability to hear with your ears, because you wouldn't still be here with me. I don't have any prints translating my words. So if you're still here, the only reason you're listening, because what's in me, it's in you. You and I are cut from the same cloth. We are branches of the same tree. It's time to make a decision. Put voice in the comment section. We don't know how much time we have left, do we? Michael Jackson said, "This is it." And it was. Okay. Put voice in the comment section. Live each day as it were your last. Because what we learned from the coronavirus, one day it will be. Toby Gatson, we graduated together at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, 1963. Wow. Classmate had COVID-19 and he kicked COVID's butt. Toby, I'm so happy for you, brother. So happy. Prayed hard for you, but you always been a fighter since we were in high school. Boy, I tell you, you and Larry Littles, who played for the Miami Dolphins, boy, we went to school. We would miss school because we were characters. We were always clowning. We always wanted to know, what will we do next? We came to see each other for cafeteria and physical education. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, that's back in the day. I hear young people today, these millennials, talking about back in the day. They don't know anything about back in the day. I got t-shirts older than them. But at 75, my goal is to finish strong. At 75, my goal is to train the best speakers on the planet. At 75, my goal is to find people who are hungry to make an impact with their lives, who are hungry to learn how to use and access their power voice, who are hungry to live a life that will outlive them. Yeah, you forget your years will forget you. then I want to leave this with you. As you look at your goals, be stubborn about your goals. Be stubborn. Don't give up on your goals. You will fail your way to success. Don't give up on your goal. Know your vitamin, as Suzanne de Pass would say. Don't give up on your goal. Be stubborn about your goals. Be flexible and versatile. Ask for help. A lot of people won't do that because of ego, edging God out, because a lot of people, as a result of pride cometh before a fall. Ask for help. Not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. You don't have to figure it out. Get started. Do what you can with what you have, and God will do what you can. I want to share some thoughts with you. Have you ever had moments of breakthroughs that you said, you know what? I need to share this. And I want you to like this page and share it. For some reason, I don't know why, but things have been dropping into my spirit that just accessing parts of myself for some time, that because of the busyness of life, and I allowed it to get in, that I couldn't hear my voice, that voice in my heart. And I think that I was listening to too many voices and caught up in other folks' stuff. Can you feel me up in here, as young folks say, can you feel me? And so I've been intentionally putting distance between me and the majority of people, including family, just to get still and to think and to hear myself think. Because sometimes you can get so caught up in other people's stuff, you neglect your stuff. And so I want to share something with you. And my message is not for everybody. My message is just for a few people, not for large numbers of people. Large numbers of people, even though they can benefit from what I say, but I'm not their guy. They're not my tribe. I'm talking to the people who can hear me and can understand me and can relate to me and connect with me and identify with me because of my approach. My approach is different. I'm listening to a lot of these entertainers and athletes, and there's so many people out here that just can't speak without foul language. There's no filter between their brains and their mouth. And I just can't open my mind to that. A guy wanted me to put together, and when I started looking at it, within 1 minute, I had to stop. And I called him and said, man, I can't listen to your stuff. He said, why not? I said, the language is too filthy. I don't want to give up territory in my mind for that. There's some stuff you just got to guard your mind and your heart, that you don't need it in your system. It matters. The words that are spoken to you and the words that you speak and the things that you listen to. You think it's any accident? When you look at young people today and their propensity for vulgar language and violent behavior, you think that's an accident? No, absolutely not. So this is for the few, and I want you to like this page and share it. If you know anybody who's heard my voice and they got some value of what I shared, please. And so I want to share some thoughts with you, and they're not going to be long. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about something that's very important to you, something that you'd like to do with your life, something that you would like to accomplish, and that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose. I want you to think about that right now. I want to share with you, this is my mother, Mamie Brown. And so she took my brothers and sisters and I in as foster kids, and then eventually she adopted us. My brother and I, my twin brother, we were conceived in Gainesville, Georgia. Our birth mother was Dorothy Rucker and Doc Oliver Randolph. And so she came down to Liberty City in Miami to give birth to us and put us up foster care. And so my goal and vision was, that gave my life a sense of meaning and purpose, was I told Mama, what is it, Leslie? When I become a man, I'm gonna buy you a home. As you think about your goals and dreams, I want you to write this down. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are. I was talking to a friend of mine, single mother of 2, and she has 4 different jobs. Spent the majority of her time in her life investing in herself, developing herself, and positioning herself to be able to take care of her children and to live a larger life to provide for them and herself. And it's important that you have some purpose with your life, as mine was in buying my mother a home, but I want you to write this down. Sacrifice. That when Mamie Brown, my adopted mother, always say when I speak, God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. That was a sacrifice for her. Her life changed. At 46, she took in 7 kids that she didn't give birth to. And Mama was attractive. Mama had the ability to sing. She had all types of talents. But when she said to Mr. Moss, our godfather, yes, I'll take him, because our birth mother, thank God, Dorothy Bell Rucker, didn't want Wesley and I separated, and nobody wanted to adopt twins. But Mamie Brown said, I'll take both of them. And her life changed. I remember Mr. Moss said when he was driving Mama back from Liberty City to Overtown in Miami, and she was looking at the 2 of us, and tears of gratitude go rolling down her cheeks as she was so thankful that she now for the first time had children in her life, that she could share life with kids. She never had any children herself, and she always wanted a child, and she told everybody. And then when our birth mother, Dorothy Bell Rucker and Oliver Randolph, they wouldn't receive them at Jackson Memorial Hospital. I'm 79, so at that time, Jackson Memorial Hospital was not receiving colored people or Negroes. And so they went in an abandoned building, and she gave birth to us on a floor, but she went into labor. And so my mother, Mamie Brown, her life changed. When you have a goal and dream, something you've set your sight on that you want to achieve, trust me, you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? When I wanted to speak, when I decided I was going to buy Mama a home, and I decided that this is the area that I wanted to plant my feet, and something that gave my heart and my spirit and my soul a joy that passeth all human understanding. I love communication, and so I became a disc jockey, and I used to be involved in sales. I was a salesman at Sears in the men's department. But communication, I love working with people and interacting with people. I had a training seminar here in Atlanta, and this past weekend I said, there's one thing to do a Zoom, but when you're in the room with me, when I get up in your face, let me tell you something, up in here. It was riveting and powerful. Once you think about something that you love so much, you do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. I just talked to someone this morning, and I said, I decline to have you as a client. And so she said, why? I said, I want to work with people that this is who they are. You want to dabble in this place. I want to work with people who have the mindset that they got to work, that they have got to do. There's something that's in them, that they've got to do it. They're not, and there's a work that them not doing it is not an option. I have got to speak. This is what I do. And so this is who I want to work with, those kinds of people. And so I want you to think about that work that you have got to do, that feeds your soul and spirit. 80% of people are going to jobs that they hate. When Friday comes, they say, thank God it's Friday. I want you to think about something that you can do 7 days a week. It's you, and you never go to work a day in your life because it resonates with your heart and your spirit and your soul. Now here's something else. Listen to me clearly. And this is not going to be easy. You got to come out from among the people that you're around right now. When you have goals and dreams and you're around people that don't have goals and dreams, it rubs off on you. It rubs off. It affects you. One goose can fly 75% further in formation with other geese than it can ever fly by itself. I'm creating something called the Live Your Greatest Life community. A place where people, everyday people, with the mindset of goals and dreams and something they want to do with their lives. I saw these guys, you've seen those groups, you've seen it on the internet where people get on, groups of guys get on one side and sometimes women participate and they crack on each other and talk about each other's mother or just all type of stuff like that. I said, wow. I said, what if we did something like that where people are talking about their goals and their dreams and we're encouraging each other. We're bringing out the best in each other. And so I don't criticize people who do that, but I said, I'm watching them. I want them to watch me. That evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. And so my goal is to be accessible and build a community with like-minded people who have goals and dreams, people who love the power presentation, people who would love to learn how to tell their story, people who want to make a difference, people who like the positive energy that brings out the best in them. Those are the types of communities that I want to be in and that I'm going to create and do it nationally as well as locally and around the globe. And so when I look at my life and people ask, how did you get there? How did you go from your twin brother and you eating sugar cane and raised in poverty in the segregated South, very oppressive culture that's designed to destroy your sense of self and dismiss you and demean you and demonize you? How did you go from that to speaking to people around the world? One of the first things is I had to become aware of who I was and what I wanted and the must-haves. There are a lot of people that are happy and satisfied with where their life is, but I didn't like where I was and I wanted more. And I was willing to make the sacrifice, to do the work, to invest in myself, to do whatever was necessary in order for me to become the kind of person that I could achieve my goals. Because at the end of the day, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. And there's truly no competition. Bob Proctor, God bless his soul, he said that most people are where they are now because they're ignorant. I said, whoa, that's harsh, but it's real. That they're not willing to learn, they're not to upgrade their ability to learn new things. At this stage of my life, I'm learning something new every day. Today, I'm focusing on how to post. Why, Les? You're 79. I know. And if you don't use it, you lose it. This is my anti-dementia program, my anti-Alzheimer's program, my anti-assisted living program, my anti-nursing home program, my anti-caregiver program. I care for myself. I can do for myself. And so I'm challenging myself. I still have not done my best work. I've got friends who are younger than me and they're already through. But that's not me. That's none of my business. I met this man who changed my life, Leroy Washington. You know, it's interesting. I was thinking about this morning. He has 2 sons and 2 daughters. They never saw the man that I saw. He was a speech and drama teacher at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami. They never saw him. Isn't that interesting? They never saw. He impacted my life. He was more of a father to me, and I got more from him than the children that he brought into this world because they never saw him. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone and it started going south because they never saw you? They thought that you were someone else. They underestimated who you were, and so they never saw it. I remember one time being in a restaurant on 7th Avenue and 62nd Street in Miami, and one of his sons had a waitress to come to the table and said, your son is outside, he'd like to talk to you. And he went outside to talk to his son. When he came back in, and I asked him, I said, hi, what was going on? Is it an emergency? He said, no, he wanted to borrow $15. And this man who was the father that I never had, this man who did not know I adopted him as my spiritual father, I was sitting there having lunch with him, talking about the impact that he made on my life, watching him just signed a contract for $5 million. His son outside calling him to come outside to borrow $15 from him. He never knew who his father was to this day. And there are people around you who don't know you, who don't see you. They have this antiquated old history about you, and that person that they know, that person's gone, they're died. There are people who see me and say, whoa, Les, I can't believe it's you. Yeah, I understand, because the person that you once knew, he doesn't live here anymore. And there are people that you've been in relationship with or used to kick it with or party with, and they see you or you see them and they're totally different.
You will also have there a 2-hour coaching about powerful speaking.
Yes.
What can we expect from that?
In the seminar, I'm going to be teaching people a strategy that will allow them to develop and discover their power voice. There are 3 things that I do as a speaker that no one else does, and the people that I've taught have used it, and they've gone on to build multi-million-dollar businesses, to advance causes that they believe in their communities. They've been able to make a greater impact nationally and globally. And what I'm going to teach people that's very different than what's being taught around the planet. One of the most important and largest organizations that's been teaching people how to communicate is the Dale Carnegie course. And one of the principles they teach is tell them what you're going to tell them, talking about the audience, tell them and then tell them what you told them. Well, my training, and that's a very great course, and I admire them and the work that they do. My training goes just the opposite. And when I train speakers and the people that come into the seminar, I'm going to teach you how to conduct communications intelligence. I will teach you the value of never let what you want to say get in the way of what the audience needs to hear. And that in all thy getting, get understanding. Find out who they are and then craft a message using stories, statistics, and experiences, special moments that will transform the audience. Because when we speak, the strategy that I will teach you how to implement is distract, dispute, and inspire. How to speak in a commanding way that will distract people from the story they currently believe about themselves. Through the strategic delivery of your message, cause them to back away from the possibility blindness that's keeping them stuck, and then inspire them to begin to take on new challenges in their lives, to get out of their comfort zone, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. Distract, dispute, and inspire. People who come to that training will learn how to apply that in their presentations to grow their businesses, to influence people, to inspire audiences, to bring the best out of people, to challenge people to take their lives higher.
About your goals, I bet you have achieved many goals in your life.
Yes.
What is your next goal in life?
Well, my goal is to train globally 10,000 voices. These are messengers that will provide a global impact locally and internationally. 10,000 voices of hope. When people have hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. That's number one. Number two is to expand the skill set. There's no shortage of money or opportunity. There's a shortage of capacity. And so expand the skill set of people so that they can begin to use all their abilities and their capacity to be able to make a greater impact with their lives and to galvanize and create communities of greatness. I believe that we all have greatness within us, and that as we learn the methods and techniques of being in a perpetual state of discomfort, all of us will be able to discover things about ourselves that we don't know right now, and to live from a place of greatness and taking greater responsibility for what we want out of life. Henry, it was George Bernard Shaw said, the people that make it in this life look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. That's living a life of contribution. It's being responsible and living from a place of greatness.
Thank you, Les Brown. Thank you for this interview. And as you say, it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate the difference that you're making with your life. And because you were born, the world will never be the same again. Thank you.
Thanks.
I want to ask you, how many of you have some major goals you want to achieve? Raise your hands, please. Very good. I want to ask you another question. How many of you know if you had your life to live over again, you can do more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands. Very good. I want you to shake somebody's hand on your right and left, look him in the eyes and say, you have something special. Do that quickly, please. I say that not to be kind to you, not to be courteous. I said that because it's true. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You have talents, abilities, and skills that you don't even know that you have. And in the limited time that I have to share with you, I'm going to share some ideas and concepts with you that I want you to take some notes. Now, I want to make this clear. Number one, everything that I'm going to say, you already know it. It's a part of who you are. We're cut from the same cloth. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have invested your money, your time, and your energy to be in this place, to be a part of this Manpower Conference, if what we talk about with you at this particular time did not represent a part of who you are, your consciousness and your value system and your philosophy of life. So I'm going to only confirm and validate that which is a part of you anyhow. That's number one. Everything I'm going to say, you already know this. It's common sense, but not common practice. Second thing is, everything I'm going to say, you heard it before. Bishop Jakes is not only a great preacher and visionary and lecturer, but he's a great motivator, a great strategist. He provides concepts to help people to deal with the whole person, spiritually, mentally, economically, our communities, every area of our lives. Last night when I saw the ministry that was going on in the prisons, thought about the scripture that says, the least that you do unto these, my children, you do it also unto me. That kind of vision, that kind of commitment, that kind of stand that is taken with his life in a historical context. One day when historians look back on this age, they will see the imprint and the impact that he's made. The next thing is not only that you already know what I'm going to share with you, and you've heard it before from Bishop Jakes and many other great speakers. Everything I'm going to say, I don't want you to agree with me, and I don't want you to believe me. That's not important. I'm going to share with you some ideas and concepts that's made a difference in my life. I want you to think about something that you want to create in your life experience right now. Some goal that you want, some spiritual goal that you'd like to achieve, some contribution you'd like to leave to humanity. Horace Mann said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. Once you think about some major goal that you'd like to achieve, think about it right now. Something that's important to you. My first major goal was to buy my mother a home. That's something I wanted to do. That was important to me. I'm one of 7 children my mother adopted. I was born in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. I was born in an abandoned building on a floor with a twin brother. When we were 6 weeks of age, we were adopted. When I was in the 5th grade, I was identified as EMR, labeled educable mentally retarded. Put back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade. I failed again when I was in the 8th grade. I don't have any college training, but between my mother and a high school teacher that I met by the name of Leroy Washington made a dramatic difference in my life and gave me a larger vision of myself. And so therefore, my first major goal was to take care of my mama. I really identified with Deion Sanders last night. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All that I am and all that ever hope to be, I owe to my mother." And so that's what I wanted to do. Buy my mother a home, let her sit home and I go to work and take care of her. That was important to me, and I achieved that goal. My mother passed 3 years ago from breast cancer. My goal now is to raise millions of dollars for breast cancer research. My goal now is to alert men over 40 to get their prostate examination. Last year I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and given a very limited prognosis. One of the things I strongly believe, when we gave you a handout indicating that, doctors should never tell a person that they are terminally ill. What they should say, my knowledge and my ability has terminated. Now you need to go someplace else and get some help. They should determine the diagnosis. God determines the prognosis. So every man here, if you're 40 years old, go get your prostate examination. Go get your PSA test, which is a blood test. Go get your digital rectal examination. I assure you, it is not a pleasant experience. It's not something you look forward to doing. But go do what you got to do anyhow. I was at a major medical convention and they were giving free rectal exams. The guy said, "Hey, Les, come on, man, let me give you an examination." I said, "No, you're too motivated, brother. No way." No, you can't come up in here. No. How do you get motivated to do that? You know what I'm talking about? No. 58% of men don't go get the test till they're showing the symptoms. It is the #1 killer of men. It's serious. And so therefore, I'm telling you, part of my mission is to alert you. I came up during a time, we believe what you don't know can't hurt you. What you don't know can kill you. Go get your examination and encourage your brothers and your uncles and your friends to do the same thing so we can reduce the number of men that will die from prostate cancer over the next year, over 40,000. We can reduce that number by early detection. Now, the other goal I have is training and developing speakers. I don't travel like I used to since I've been given this health opportunity. Remember something that T.D. Jakes said? He said, "If you got a problem that man could solve, you ain't got no problem." I mean, truer words could not have been spoken. When I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I'm telling you, I started talking to Jesus more than I ever talked before. I increased my tithes by 30%. I was trying to cut a deal. I said, "Lord, if you save me, let me tell you, you think Paul worked for you, just save me." In fact, I'm trying to get him to move it someplace else. Put it in my toe, anywhere, not here, Lord. Oh my goodness. I tell you, boy. It's amazing how spiritual you can get if you think you're going to die. Oh, my Lord. Yes, sir. I'm telling you the truth. I used to pray so hard I got shaved. I went through so much in 1997. It was unbelievable. Went through that and then also filed for divorce from someone that I love very much. I thought we were the perfect couple. And I thought we would be together for the rest of our lives. And so I learned a thing or two about life and the challenges of life. One of the things I strongly believe that in life, you either in a problem or just left one or headed toward one. So part of what I'm doing is training and developing speakers. I have a gift in that area, helping a person find their message and how to use their life example to craft an experience, a special moment for an audience to transform their lives and teach them methods and techniques how to reinvent themselves. Training and duplicating myself through men and women and young people, because I believe that we live in the greatest country on the planet that gives us an opportunity to make a difference in other people's lives. Now, I don't know what your goal is, but I want you to visualize it right now and repeat after me with power and conviction. Let us say together, it's possible. Together, please. Say it again, please. See, that's the first step. I want you to think about this goal that you want. I want you to envision it and see it in your mind's eye. And every day, say to yourself that it's possible. See, most people are not accumulating wealth. Most people are living in poverty. Most people are living far below their potential, not because they don't have the capacity, not because they have not been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, but most people are living like they're living because of the fact that they don't believe they can have any more than what they now have. In the book called The Miseducation of the Negro, Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, if you can determine what a man shall think, you'll never have to concern yourself with what he will do. If you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. That's why Scripture reminds us, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So every day you have to sell yourself and get out of your mind those old thoughts, that old belief system. Every day you've got to sell yourself on that it's possible. That you got to put a new mind in you. You got to get out of your mind. You got to begin to restructure your thinking. Every day you've got to begin to recondition your mind. See, many of us go through life making choices, thinking it's our choices, and it's not. What do you mean by that? I'm reminded of the great anthropologist Margaret Mead. She was in a restaurant in Europe, and a waiter saw her and said, "Oh, how are you? I'm so glad to see you." He said, "There are several other Americans here tonight." And she said, "Is that right?" He said, "Yes." She said, "When you serve them dessert, let me know and I'll tell you exactly how many are here." He said, "That's not possible." She said, "Let me know after you serve dessert." When he served dessert, he came back and he told her. She got up, she walked around, and she looked and she observed, and she said, "You have exactly 65 Americans here." He checked the guest list and he was amazed. He said, "How did you know that?" She said, "Because in Europe, when you eat a slice of pie or cake, you eat it from the back toward the tip. In America, when we eat a slice of pie or cake, we eat it from the tip toward the back." How many of you, when you eat a slice of pie or cake, you eat it from the tip toward the back? Raise your hands, please. Good. Now, what else is in your mind? What else are you doing unconsciously that you don't even know? I'm going to say something and I want you to answer it after it. I want you to end it for me. Winston tastes good like what? How many of you don't even smoke Winston but know it? Raise your hands, please. Now, that commercial been off the air for 30 years. 30 years. See, let me share something with you. The easiest thing I've ever done was to earn $1 million. The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe it could happen to me. That was the most difficult part, to believe that given my circumstances, if my birth parents came down this aisle right now, I would not know either one if my daddy came up here or my mother came up here. Given the fact that I was born in an abandoned building on a floor, being labeled educable, mentally retarded, not having any college training, I used to feel all my life that people who had college degrees were more intelligent than me. I remember going to see the late Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the author of the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And I used to look at him up on stage and I said, I could do that. I would love to talk to people. I love to talk to people. And I said, I could do that. But then when I started going back to my car, my mental conditioning activated itself. And it said, Les Brown, you can't do that. You don't have a college education. Les Brown, you can't do that. You don't have the training. You've never worked for a major corporation. You can't do that. What makes you think you can earn $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in an hour? You don't earn that now working for 2 or 3 months. What makes you think that you can speak for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric? These are clients I have now. You've never even worked for them. How many of you ever thought about something you wanted to do and you talk yourself out of it? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. That inner conversation is what's going to haunt you after standing here and saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. After saying that again and again, we are more than conquerors. That inner conversation will cause you, when you leave here, to go back leading a life of mediocrity, leading a life of unproductivity, leading a life of poverty. So I'm going to share with you how to break out of that. I want to share with you how to reach your goals. I think the Bible is the greatest motivational book ever been written. Now I want you to repeat after me, please. We got to recondition our minds first. Let us say together, good things are supposed to happen to me. Yeah, write that down. I want you to say that to yourself every day. See, we live in a world where we believe that bad things are supposed to happen to us. I remember at a point in my life, Bishop, when things are going good for me, and I said, this is too good to be true. Something is bound to happen. Guess what? It did. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you and shall accomplish that whereunto it has been sent. Watch your words. Watch what you say about yourself, about your affairs. Be conscious of that on a daily basis. Why? Because your words are powerful. In the beginning was the Word. Life and death is in the tongue. Watch what you say. Never say I'm broke. Say I'm overcoming a cash flow problem. Claim what you want, not what you don't want. So affirm, good things are supposed to happen to me, and begin to believe that. Begin to expect that. Now, I was talking to my oldest son, Calvin. We were going for a walk. And I said, Calvin, do you want to be successful? He said, yes, sir, Dad. It's okay. We kept on walking. Then I stopped and I looked him in the eyes. It's my namesake, my junior. I said, Calvin, we're looking at each other eye to eye now. Do you expect to be successful? Given the fact that you are a single parent of 2 kids, given the fact that you decided not to go to college to further your education, given the fact that you are very talented, but you're behind on your dreams and your bills, do you expect, based upon your performance, based upon what you produce at this point in time in your life, do you expect to be successful? And Calvin got quiet. Because see, if you ask most people at the Manpower Conference, do you want to be successful? Do you want to live a life of productivity? Do you want to live a life of contribution? Do you want to be a better father? Do you want to have your own business? Are there dreams you want? Everybody will say yes. But see, want shows up in conversation. Expectation shows up in behavior. See, I can tell what you expect by what you do. That's why the Bible says, judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it wants, not the fruit that it talks about, not the fruit that it claims, but by what you are doing. See, what you do when you leave here, when the music stops, when the shouting dies down, your behavior, how you conduct yourself, writing your goals down, deciding to enroll in school to get a GED, deciding to sit into class with children young enough to be your grandchildren, decide to find some product, some idea, some service that you can provide so that you can begin to create some value for yourself so you can create wealth.